Hey, what's up everybody? It's time for another equipment teardown, and this will be pretty interesting. This is a receiver filter for 900 megahertz. It is a DVGA 11. It's right there. And it's a dual receiving filter. So you got one antenna going in there. There's the connector. Another one go there. So it's two modules. And let's take it apart and see how it's made and how it works. It's pretty interesting. And this device is often used in base stations. A new one costs around $4,000. That's a lot of money. It is pretty heavy. It weighs more than 10 kilograms. It even says right there. So it's not so big, but it's pretty heavy. So let's take it apart. I removed one unit from it. Here it is. This is a unit from that. That's pretty interesting. Look at that. That's a lot of screws to screw up. That's many screws, isn't it? All the magic is happening behind this cover. And on top here, I think we got some circuit boards. So let's lift off the cover. And yes, there is a circuit board in there. Yes, we got two output terminals right here, and the third one is down here. So you can see these inductors. It's awesome how they made this. There's some looking like capacitors here. Let's have a closer look. So this is pretty interesting. We got the two output terminals here, and we've got some kind of resistor divider, and we got these inductors on the circuit board, and these look like capacitors. A surface like that, and that's one plate, and the second plate is the case. Two plates there, and a little bit of inductor, and a bigger capacitor right there. It looks like some kind of amplifier or something similar right here. We've got some transistors, capacitors, and a lot of resistors. This is near the connector for the output terminal. There's a connector here, goes the connector, and we got some regulators, some smoothing with capacitors and stuff, and a lot of chips. And that's the output traces. There's a voltage input. And here are some numbers on the chips. Got more chips there. They look like op amps. LM290. I think that's some kind of op amp. There are a lot of resistors. And this is one tap. This actually goes into the filter. And we got a little inductor there. I think that's a tap. We got the wire coming out. Some capacitive components or plates. Into the base of a transistor. There's it. A little transistor right there. So that actually drives that. We got inductor on that side. Our side goes to the to more components. An inductor and a capacitor. Yes, there's some very small inductors, and that's a capacitor. We got more inductors here. They're pretty small. Not many turns on them. There's a close-up on one inductor. Just that one. here's the transistor. And there's a wire that goes all the way to the tap. There's tap, and there's another inductor. So, pretty interesting unit. So now we saw the circuit board, and now it's time to see the filter itself. So I removed the screws. There were a bunch of them actually. Let's have a look inside. That's great, isn't it? Look at that. That's a lot of engineering going into making these things. This unit is very amazing. So with the antenna coming in here, it goes all the way to this, and this converts it from a wire, coaxial wire, to a waveguide. And somehow the length between these poles, this will work like inductors. And I assume that these parts, you can see one like them that are here, this will work as a capacitor. So this is actually a resonance circuit all the way. So this will actually work like a LC filter, because we got a inductor and a capacitor, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps. So this is a 8th order filter. Maybe, I don't know, but it looks like that. It's filtering 8 times, inductor and capacitor and so on. And here's the tap that we looked at, that goes to the circuit board. And on this side we got another space between them. Now it goes to there and to there and to there, but we got actually an antenna from this one to that one. That's pretty interesting. We got this part here and this part here. It goes between those two and between those two. That's pretty amazing. And on this part here, we got this little piece of antenna right here. That will go somewhere between here and here. We got another piece right here. Goes somewhere here and to this part, and another piece that goes from somewhere here to over there. So that's maybe work like antennas or something. Not so good at high frequency technology. But this tap here, we go to that, goes to another waveguide that's over to this side. So let's take that one apart and have a look what's inside that one. Again, many screws to remove. There we got that. That's interesting. We got some plastic in there as well. So this wasn't actually a waveguide, it's a antenna wire or coaxial wire that goes all the way to the bottom here. But it's not actually a coating on this. So we got capacitor, capacitor, capacitor all the way here. That's pretty interesting how they made that. It's not a complete coaxial wire, it's a partial coaxial wire. That's pretty interesting how they made this, and I wonder what actually this thing does. But maybe it's of course filtering out some special frequencies out of the incoming signal on this part. And here's the other side, and we got another space. It's much further away from each other. So this is pretty interesting. I'm going to measure the gap between two plates. And how much is that? It's 17 millimeters. And between those two, it looks like 7.5, and the center to center, the middle of these plates, is 13 millimeters, and on these ones almost 27. So the gap between these two, or this right here, is 1/2 of the gap between here, center to center. So I wonder how these things work. I want to know more about this high frequency stuff. Seems pretty interesting. And there's the output terminal from that. Here's the tap that goes to the circuit board. And here's the other tap that goes out to that special filter. So I hope you found this video interesting. So thanks for watching.